So back we are again, a little bit more to do. So I'm going to just start by spraying this track down the back here just so it can dampen down. I've just identified there's a joint there and that leads up to the points just underneath the camera, so that should be okay. What I do need to do is look really carefully to see if I have used any track pins on this section. They're very good, but they're very hard to spot sometimes. Looks like we might be okay. So quick spray time. Just helps to soften it up so that when you come to lift it, it's a little bit easier. And go right the way down here. And in underneath the other board. Just to get down to the next track joint, which is just about underneath here somewhere. So just done a good soak. There we go. Right, so whilst that just soaks a bit, I'm just going to remove this. It's mainly corrugated cardboard, if I remember rightly, so it should come off reasonably easily. Be stuck on with probably Copydex rubber solution glue, which is quite good, but does stick quite hard actually. So perhaps not going to get much of that off. Try the other side. So it's a bit more promising. So that looks better. Just want to try and get as much off as possible because it's going to be easier for getting into to see what the construction is and what else needs to be removed. So just try that one. There we go. Right, so let's look for the track leads. The track leads are right up the top and then right down there. So in the middle here we should be okay. So I'm going to get in underneath and just see if I can begin to lift things a little bit. So things are beginning to lift. I think I might be able to pop it out. Those fish plates. Fish plates I can replace, that's okay. So now I can get in underneath with a chisel. Just gently lever it out. And this is where wetting it down really has helped because it's coming up nicely. So the track leads, just need to be careful with them. And all the way to the end. So that's that one out, and then I can start on the one down here. So that's the other panel came out. Was discovered there were a few track pins down the far end, right hidden around the corner, which is a bit of a nuisance. However, now disconnected the track leads. We've just lost a couple of inches of sleepers at the far end where they were track pins went through, and this one should now come out as well. So next job is clean these up, and this is the boring one of just going through each section and poking out the ballast. Now thank you to the comment someone made on one of the other videos. Just leave it out in the rain, let the rain do its worst, and then a stiff brush. Well, it doesn't take too long if it's been turned down to just pop it out of these. So I'm just going to get on with that for a few minutes and then I'll come back to you on the video. Yeah, so that's the tedious bit of cleaning up the track got most of the ballast off, so that's another piece to keep. Now it's a matter of collecting up some of the ballast bits. Of course, having been coated in PVA, and now it's wet, it's all sticky and horrible, a bit like sort of working with wallpaper paste, and it goes everywhere. We're vacuuming up the floor soon. Peel the rest of it off. Okay, so I think we're making some good progress. I think the next thing I want to do is to take off this edge at the back here along the wall, so that we've got a clear area to see what needs to come out, and then we'll be able to take the main lines out, which will be a little bit of a sort of sad bit, but a necessary job. So let's have a go at the back. So it's only cardboard, it's just stuck in, so that's pretty easy to get out. Oh, back seam, I thought that might happen. I'm going to have to replace the back seams as part of lifting it, so if they come off, they come off. That's collateral damage. There you go. And tie up on the side there. Bits of cardboard. All that bit come out. Bit tougher that bit because it was covered in sculptor mould to make the rocky outcrop. So there we go. Looking a little bit sad now, isn't it? And she's a bit more there. Is that wood or is that cardboard? It's an interesting question. I think it's probably wood. So we'll leave that for the time being. Yeah, there we go. That's the next stage. Next, I think we're going to have to look at cutting through these wooden pieces and taking out the beds, and then we can have a look underneath. And yes, I'm going to have to bite the bullet and take out the main lines as well. Oh, not looking forward to that, but mustn't be too sentimental. It's only an inanimate object. Right, okay, so bullet biting time. I've just put some water on this bit of track, and we'll just see whether it will start to lift. The ends first. Try not to damage the sleepers on the ends too much. It hasn't quite soaked in yet, but it's going, so we'll get in. I think I've got all of the track pins out already. Did find several going through. But, let's just tease this out. Just is it a track pin? No. Just one of the problems with flexi track is the don't get right underneath. It does sort of come out. We might be able to recover that. So there we go, another section out, and that needs cleaning up now. So I'll get on with that, and that'll probably do it for this session. So a bit of continuation. I'm not going to bore you by showing every little bit being taken up, but I'm going to take these two tracks up round to the top of the curve, and then have a look at getting the point out and starting to take out some of the track bed. So that's the plain line out. And now I just need to take this point out, which looks like it's a Y point. So I'm going to lift that really carefully because obviously I want to preserve that. I'm just going to start at the end, just very gently lift, see if it's going to come loose. Might just need to soak for a little bit longer. But, thin metal rule underneath and just gently going to tease it out. Of course, got a wire somewhere for the frog. Need to make sure that comes through. We've got some jumpers halfway down the point as well, just to make it a little bit more excitement. Let's just get in there, all the way down towards the end. It looks to be coming up. So let's just see if we can ease that out. There we go. So I need to find out where those jumpers go and disconnect them. So that's the point machine removed from underneath, and I think the easiest is going to be just to clip the frog wire. I can resolder that on when reinstate whatever goes back in here. It may not be on this board, so need to think about what's going to happen, which then means I should be able to now get that point out. I'll give that one a clean up now. Just get the loose bits of ballast out gently. Shouldn't take more than a couple of moments. And then we have a set of points that we can reuse somewhere. It might actually end up going back just where they were, but we will see. Because we haven't got the line coming down here, we've got a bit more flexibility. Might just put a standard medium radius right-hander in instead. But this did at least bring the tracks together, but we could take some more time to spring them together later on, or anyway, we'll see what happens. So with that point out, I can now start on removing the various bits of support. Some of them come off quite easily, some are just glued on, some we've got screws, but it's just a matter of getting in, finding a bit of purchase. Nice cracking noise. See what's glued where. That's interesting, that sort of seems to be pretty solid. And they get in underneath that. Perhaps this piece will come off. That's good. So all of these bits have got to come out. It's just a matter of trying to remember where the various joints were, trying to find them. We've got a joint up here, under this piece here. Oops, glued underneath. It's amazingly solid, some of this. Anyway, carry on for a few minutes. So that's quite a bit of the track out. I just need to take this one at the back out, and then
looking back to the construction phase,
be careful not to catch yourself, because ballast is amazingly abrasive and you can catch when you pull a bit of wood out,
which is quite useful when you're trying to dismantle it.
Anyway, so I'm going to just take out this piece at the back here, and you can see the two tracks here that rise up from the lower level. They don't seem to be causing any problems. However, I've noticed it's a little bit loose at the back there, so whilst I'm doing this work I will look at just attaching that so it's a little bit more secure. And then once this area is cleared, then I can move on to looking at raising the terminal station up to the same level as the top here, and then rebuilding a new joining track in between. So that's going to be the next job. I've just got a couple more pieces to take off. This bit of track, a little mini board just here, just at the underneath the end of the switch diamonds. Clear that up, then a really good tidy up with the vacuum, I think, and then see what we do next. So I think that probably ends this bit of video on destruction, because I think after this bit of destruction we're going to be going on to some reconstruction, which will be a little bit more positive.